Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. I traded in the old Mahindra for a real car. We found this old 60s Beetle. Thought that would be a great car to add to the farm. Being in the middle of Europe and everything, it just kind of seemed right at home. So Herbie the Love Bug has joined our farm. Love that thing. Along with the Unimog. How much more German can you get, even though we're not in Germany? We ran into an issue in between episodes. I did finish off the wheat harvest as promised, and I ran out of silo space. So I have now added an additional silo here onto the farm so that we can carry 200,000 liters of whatever, because it turns out that one field had 100,000. We're keeping the wheat for right now because, oops, sorry, my audio's messed up. We're keeping the wheat because I want to make sure we have enough malt to get through everything. So, or malt. So we're just going to hold on to the wheat until we're done with the what is that other barley production. And so now we need to get our hops off the field, and then we need to bale and sell off those bales. Somebody said that the bales are actually sellable. So I didn't think they were, but I guess I was wrong. So I know a lot of you have been talking on my channel about Farm Sim 22. I will have to do a video pretty soon showing a what's new type deal. I really don't like rah-rah videos when there's no facts. So a lot of these guys, as soon as there's like a video released or a trailer released, they're like, oh, it's got this, or maybe it's going to have this, and I don't like that. I'd rather just tell you what it actually has and share the product with you when it comes out. But I would like to do a video just talking about what the expectations are. Obviously, there's some cool new stuff coming. We've seen some glimpses of the new maps. There's an American map, and I believe Erlengrot is going to be the other map. So we already know what that looks like. Doesn't seem like the graphics are much different, though they'll be improved slightly. That's usually what they do. They usually, for those of you that have followed the Farm Sim series for the last 10 or 15 years, you'll know that every other upgrade is a graphical upgrade. So Farm Sim 13 was a, well, I guess from Farm Sim 13 to Farm Sim 11, it was a pretty big jump. But Farm Sim 13 changed the game pretty heavily and made it a lot more playable. And then we got 15, and that was a massive graphics and interface upgrade over 13. And the gameplay also changed a lot. Then we had 17. 17 was a mild graphical upgrade. They added some atmosphere in with the skies, polished everything up a little bit, made it a little bit more. Oh wow, there's some dead crop right there. Made it more palatable, graphically speaking, for newer computers. It allowed some updates, but for the most part, the graphics were similar to those on 15. Well, there's a lot of dead stuff here. But they added a lot of underpinnings, like, let's see, the ability to dump things on the ground. You couldn't do that before Farm Sim 17. So even though 15 and 17 looked alike, having the ability to just dump stuff all over the place was a huge change. And it made the way the game works different, and it was a really good big change for the game. So those are the kind of things that we like to see. And then once again, when we got to Farm Sim 19, which is the next version, we had a lot of gameplay changes again, but we also had a huge leap in graphics. This version of the game is definitely by far the best looking, though there is still, oh wow, some chop going on there. This is not my video card. I now am running a 3090 video card, and we're still playing at 1080p. There is no way that is caused by the video card. That is bad optimization. right there. Hopefully they'll fix those kind of things. That's something that they do fix between versions. I just wanted to kind of show you that that's what we're hoping will get fixed. It's not doing it now. And they do sometimes, or a lot of times, actually work on those things when a new version comes out. They improve the graphics. They improve the. So I'm not expecting a giant graphical leap going to 22. Like I said, from the preview videos that we've seen. Not the trailer, because once again, people go off the trailer and they're like, oh, if it looks like that, it's going to be incredible. It never does. I mean, at some point in the future, we'll catch up with the hardware to the point where it actually does look like the trailers. But for the past, like, 7 iterations of the game, every time they put a trailer out, they use, like, real high pre-rendered graphics. And people are like, oh, my gosh, it looks incredible. It's so much better looking than the current version. And then the new version comes out, and they're like, it doesn't look anything like that. Well, yeah, it's because those are pre-rendered cutscenes. They're not representative of what the game looks like. So that video that you guys saw where the girl was, you know, driving the pickup or the tractor in the snow and learning how to farm, and the guy was kind of helping her, you know, showing her the ropes or whatever, that was all done in pre-rendered video. It is not necessarily what the game, and actually, in all probability, it's not what the game is going to look like, because we've seen photos of the game and what they're adding, and it looks very similar to this. So once again, I would expect this being, since 19 was the big graphical upgrade, I have a feeling that 22 is going to be the underpinning upgrade. We'll get a new UI. We'll get some minor graphical improvements, including hopefully some frame rate stabilization, better performance. Same graphics, but better running engine. And a bunch of new features. Now, features that have been confirmed. That's what we want to talk about. And I will make a video, too, outside of this, because people won't know that they're going to get that talk here. But we definitely have 3 new crops. There's new animals. And once again, I got to go through it. Looks like we got a new line of Massey Ferguson, like the brand new Massey Ferguson tractors are going to be included in it. Definitely some of the old favorite brands are still there, but we are Claas is going to be there once again. Erlingrat's map. We have an American map, and the cool thing about both of these maps is that we are now going to be having industry on the maps. Now they've made some, what's the word I'm looking for, insinuations as to how it's going to work. But they've said themselves that they're not sure exactly how it's going to work. They're working on it. It's a work in progress. So, but we do know that there will be industry, just like this map. So how we are cutting down trees to make pallets. Now, we could just take and sell those pallets, but we could also use them at our beer facility and other facilities around the map. And that's the kind of thing that they're going to be putting in Farm Sim 22 included with the game. So that's great news. We're going to actually have this kind of industry. You won't have to download mods and stuff to get the kind of love that we have right now with Farm Sim 19, where we have to download mods in order to get like that brewery or like the milk and cheese factory or the meat factory. They're saying we're going to have all kinds of industries that we can work with, and that's super exciting. Once again, 3 new crops, including grapes. I swear to God, I saw hops in there somewhere. And so we've got and I forget what the other ones are. And once again, I'll make a video of all that stuff where we'll actually confirm what's there. But I know for a fact we are getting grapes, and that's cool. And then there's 2 other new crops. And then we also have, like I said, I believe there's new animals coming. So we'll talk about all of that, and I will confirm it. But that's not really for this video. But I do want to tell. A lot of my viewers have been leaving comments on my videos like, hey, did you know there's a new Farm Sim coming out? Of course I know there is. My wife and I keep very close tabs on that kind of stuff. In other news, and exciting news here, my wife is finally here and home for good. She's actually laid in the bed behind me right now. This happens often when she's here. She tends to fall asleep earlier than I do. So it's about 12:30, and she fell asleep. It's making me sleepy. About a half an hour ago, I figured I'd pop out a video. We have had a very busy couple weeks. I apologize for not doing a lot of farm stuff. I've just been kind of resting on my laurels and bringing you guys content from videos that I pre-recorded over the last couple weeks. I think I've got 1 or 2 episodes left of those, and I'm going to have to start recording again all of this stuff. I would expect when we get into the fall of this year, when the photography business slows down, we're going to be hitting things pretty hard. And once again, I also need to make a channel update video because we're going to make some changes. I really want to do, this is going to sound wrong. I don't want to do less farming. That's not what I'm going to say. But what I'm trying to say is I'm going to do less of the kind of farming simulator that we've been doing and more of this kind of stuff. We're going to deal with seasons. We're going to deal with multi-sim. So for those of you that have been watching my Erlengrot series, if you haven't, check it out. We're doing some cool stuff where I'm mixing in Truck Simulator and The Hunter and Flight Sim and maybe even possibly some other simulators into a story-based game. And I think that we're going to try to really, when 22 hits, we're really going to start trying to push that kind of content, or I'm going to start trying to push it. And so I'm excited to bring that to you guys. Something different, something that's going to be different than anybody else is doing, but it's going to be more story-driven. So we're going to start hopefully coming up with some custom stories and kind of building it less, hey, this is a game we're playing, and more like, hey, my name's Arthur and I'm a farmer. And we're going to kind of go for some role-play stuff. So I'm excited to be heading that direction. Once again, I'm not sure exactly when we're going to be doing that, but we will be doing it hopefully before the end of this year. My goal is to get it started when Farm Sim 22 hits, because that way we'll have more people watching the channel, and so we'll be able to get more people involved in watching that, because it's a lot of work to put those videos together, I'll tell you that much. And if people aren't going to watch, it's hard to put all that effort into it and then have like no results with it. So we're going to wait till the game, because once again, I get early access to that, so we'll have a lot of people coming in. But make sure to tell your friends, like, look, we're still alive, we're still doing this. We're going to have a whole slew of tutorials coming with the new game, because obviously we're going to have to learn how the new game functions. I still love these. I get these nasty comments on, like, you know, videos that I did during the pre-release portion of the game. Like, hey, that's not how you do it, dummy. And it's like, well, actually, in pre-release, it was how you did it. It's just, you know, they fixed it, and now you don't have to do it that way. But I do get a lot of those videos, like people telling me off, you know, like, hey, that's not how you do it. Like, yes, I know. This video came out before the game was actually released, and they patched it. But originally, that is how you did things. Anyway, I think those are always funny. We're going to get ready to hit that again, because, you know, the first 2 weeks usually when the game comes out will be, you know, I'll usually get it about a week to 2 weeks before it hits. I think last time it was a week and a half before it hit. And so that'll give you enough time to give you some sneak peek stuff, maybe start a farm and kind of see how all the new systems work. But there's going to be so much with the new Farm Sim that we're going to have a lot of tutorials covering how to make the different products, down to the basic tutorials, what's a harvester, what's a planter. And I'm going to try to make those better. I always am looking for ways to make them work better, because, you know, we get a lot of people that are like, well, I didn't understand this or I didn't understand that, you know, and it's like, I guess I didn't do a good job explaining it. So we're going to work on making our tutorials better. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to this coming year. We got a big year coming, and it's going to be time for the channel to grow again. And so, but I think we're going to keep SnowRunner running, because we got at least another year of that. I'm looking forward to doing some Forza. We got Forza 5, I think, coming out, or 6. I think it's 5 is what they're calling it, because this was 4 Horizons. So I think it's Forza 5. It takes place in the U.S. finally. We'll be driving on the correct side of the road, and it looks pretty darn awesome from what I've seen. So we're going to be bringing that to the channel when it comes out in November. I'd like to do some Minecraft stuff. We got The Sims 5 coming soon. That's going to be multiplayer. My wife and I will do a series on that. So there's just all kinds of exciting things happening. My wife's going to start adding live action to the channel. So for those of you that want to see, she's got a couple horses that arrived today, actually. We got our first 2 horses in. There's a yearling Arabian, who's absolute. Every single person that saw her in the barn today was like, "Oh, she's beautiful. Like she's a head-turning beautiful horse." And then we also got her little sister, and so she's only like 4 or 5 months old. So we're gonna get some video of them and Moni working with the horses and talking about how to care for them and stuff. So we're gonna start the vlog, that kind of vlog. So she's gonna have her own vlog on here, just like we did the London trip thing. Gonna be doing some more RC stuff, especially now that Moni's here and she can run a camera. She's gonna hopefully help out with some of the RC airplane stuff, and we'll actually get that back up and running again. So I'm excited. I think we're gonna have a good year here on the channel and bringing you guys new content. I'm gonna try to really kind of stick with the games that we do like and play, but I do like adding new stuff here and there. Once again, though, I try, and we've talked about this, you know, in a lot of the recent videos, because it is a topic that I'm watching. I want the channel to grow, but I want to do it in a way that it's going to keep the people that are interested in what we're doing. Because if I try to go out there and play, like, let's say, some non-sim game like Metro or Grand Theft Auto, then I may still do, if the new Grand Theft Auto comes out or when it comes out, we may still cover it. But those aren't what people come to my channel to watch. They're just not. So whenever I fly those videos, or post those videos, nobody ever watches them. And so I get frustrated, and I'm like, why do I even do this? And, you know, so I don't want that kind of experience. So we will have to work a different route, and we'll continue with Farm Sim, but we're going to try to make the video better, more interesting. And once again, I think that if you guys, once again, if you haven't seen the multi-sim experiments with Erlengrot, please go check them out. There's a couple videos, just if you go through the playlist, you don't have to watch the whole series, but you'll see pictures of Flight Sim or the Hunter mixed into the playlist, and those are the ones I want you to watch. There's ones where we take a truck full of grain and drive across Europe in ETS2, and so we are taking Farm Sim and extending it out using other simulators, and I worked hard on that. You can see in that one there's like matching trucks. I was very careful to match the trailers and the trucks in both Farm Sim and ETS2, so when we transition from one game to the other, you're actually seeing the exact same truck, same color, same setup, same trailer. And so, you know, I've worked hard on that, and we'll definitely continue that kind of stuff when 22 comes out. So, whoops, there's the, whoop, hang on, sorry. He's out there somewhere. I don't know where did I take that harvester? Oh, there he is. So we're going to have to hand harvest this because of the weird shape of this field. The hired workers are just going to get lost. There's no point in trying to get them to do it. So. Sweet. I was so mad. I was in my new car today, and I was at the gas station, and I opened the door, and I bumped it a little further than I wanted to go, and it ended up hitting the bricks that were next to the pump, and it scratched my door. I was like, oh. It wasn't bad. It's in a spot where you can't really see it, but it's like frustrating. I'm like, man, I didn't want to have these huge scratches on my brand new car. They're like these little tiny scratches. No one will ever see them, but I see them. So now I'm going to have to go to the dealership and get the paint because I don't want them to rush. You know, you got to be careful with that. When you scratch car paint. So anyway, so I'm super excited that Moni's here. We also have some puppies that she wanted to get, some Dalmatian puppies to do showing and breeding. And so we picked up one for Evelyn, and then we also got one for us. So Bella is our puppy, and she is a grand champion puppy. And man, is she beautiful. And we're looking forward to taking her to shows and kind of doing that. So we'll cover some of that too. It'll be almost like you're watching, what was the name of that movie where they did the dog shows? Best in Show. Great movie. Same people that did Spinal Tap. Super high quality documentary. Or should we say mockumentary, as as Ron Howard put it. So the nice thing is the hops go right to the brewery. Don't really have anything else that we need them for. There's so much industry on this map. We really haven't tapped much of it. Now, I will say this. I think when we go to the new farm on Farm Sim 22, I might really just try to do one map for a long time. And I know, here's the thing that stinks. If I stay on one map, my viewers start to dissipate, and that's frustrating. I wish you guys would stick with us when we do new. Not obviously the people that are here were on episode like 20 something. You guys are here to stay. But we get like the first video always has like 20, 30,000 people watching. And that's not just me. Every single YouTuber has that. Like when I go and look at, you know, some of my, I don't want to say competitors because we're not really competitors, but because I'm not even close to where those guys are. But some of the other guys that do the same things that I do, who are much more well-viewed than I am, they see the same problems. They see the same number things. Definitely, you know, they have the same thing where they drop off. The first video has a lot of views, and then after that, they start to drop off in popularity and keep sliding down until you have just a nub of people left watching. And I think this series is one of the few that's actually kept up pretty high. Farmers Dynasty, once again, is also there, though I don't know. I'm kind of at a standstill with Farmers Dynasty. I think I'm going to have to start skipping weeks to get us to the place where it's interesting again, because right now we're going through summer, and it's basically just waiting for the crops to grow and for the fair at the end of the year. But that's how the game is, isn't it? If you're relying on eggs and milk, it's kind of hard, but I don't know. I think I'm going to start skipping weeks on that one so we can get more advanced into the game. But I'm looking forward to seeing how things come out for Farm Sim 19. And like I said, we've got this whole Seasons thing that's going to be part of it. And they said that Seasons is, they're not sure yet how they're going to implement it, but they are implementing a calendar year or some sort of Seasons type in mod into the game. And I think that's going to be really cool. I am partly positive, maybe totally positive, that the people that made Seasons are probably pretty ticked off. I can't imagine, because from what I understood from what people were saying is they were not asked any information on being a part of that addition to the game. So they were like left out. And these are the guys that came up. I don't want to say they came up with the idea of Seasons, because obviously other games have had it long before Farm Sim had it, long before it was modded into the game even. But I'm pretty sure that those people are not going to be super happy about that. Call it a hunch. But if it were me and I'd spent all these years making this mod for Farm Sim and then found out that they were taking that idea and putting it into the game themselves and did consult us or offer some kind of compensation for the idea of how it works, but maybe they'll go with a totally different system than the way Seasons work, and that might be a good thing. I don't know. I like this part of Seasons, like where we do the crops and we have a year calendar cycle. It's pretty sweet. But I don't like, and I really don't like, the whole like changing of the animals' underpinnings and that kind of stuff. That's always a little weird to me. So hopefully if Giants does it, they'll make it a little bit more balanced. But it's not bad. It's just not my thing. Like, I don't like the way they handle it necessarily. But it's cool that we have it. After using it and playing the other version, like with the Alpine Farm. I'm starting to like Seasons better. I don't think I'd ever would say that, but the more I play with Seasons, the more I like it, because it is a lot more like real farming. It just is. So it be just like real life. Arg. Keep running. Yeah, so anyway, we are getting closer and closer to having the harvest done and being ready to turn the fields. Get those bales off. Get them shipped. See if there's anywhere we can sell them. I'm going to do one load of them and see if I can sell them. If I can't sell them, then oh well. We'll cultivate the rest of them under. So we're going to unload this thing, and boy, that's funny. Those hops got a little twisted. This is not, by the way, I guess the way that you harvest hops. You do it with a, I guess they hang on strings from the top, and they have to be hand-picked. I don't think you can do a harvester with them. It's not like this. I'm not complaining. Those make our life easier, for sure. Ta-da! All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of this done. I will have to do updates. Look at that. How would you even see where you're going? It's worse than the tallest corn. But we will reconvene once I'm done doing this harvest, and I will deliver the Hopfen to the factory. So I'll do that at the end of this video, and then we'll call it a night. So I'll be back in a moment once I fill up the truck. We'll run a load of hops over to our brewery. So see you in just a few minutes. Nah, I lied. We're finishing this up. We're gonna. I've been running hopper for this guy. I started the workers. He seems to be not getting lost now that I've squared the field off. So we're gonna let them continue to work the field together, because it's easier when you have a helper there. He will get lost and drive through the crops. Once again, the workers do not destroy crops when they run over them. That's only everybody else. So, geez, I had my mic turned off my mouth. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Oh well, I did all this talking for nothing. If not, that would be very sad. That talking lost forever. Am I weird? My wife, don't answer that. My wife always says yes. She's like, yes. Oh, whoa. Oops. Oh, come on. There we go. Fill that up. This truck is almost full. And that guy is turning around, so let's go ahead and grab his hops as he grows around the corner. Come here, let me grab your hops. All right, I'll be back. I'm going to keep working. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Well, I'll let you run. We'll run down together here, and then we'll come back when the truck is full. I think we might be able to get... no. It's going to be like a truckload and a little bit. I don't think... I think that... truckload and just a hair. It's funny. I was working with this guy left a comment on my channel, and it was a tutorial from 2015 on how harvesters worked, and I was showing how I was running, like, the harvester runs at 6 miles per hour, and he was real funny. He's like your harvester. He's like, you're not doing it right. Your harvester runs at 6, but mine runs at 14. You can actually run them at 14, and I'm like, and then it took me a minute to think of how he was misunderstanding, because they're fixed speed. They don't run at different speeds. In real life, you can actually run them slower, fast. Some of the bigger, like the Claas harvesters, one of the things that's a benefit for the Claas harvesters, because it can actually harvest at higher speeds. But testing shows that if you go past a certain speed, you do start losing crops. So you're better off, even if it can go faster, you're usually better off not going full speed. But anyway, the point is that I figured out what he was doing. He had his game set to Imperial. So instead of being able to reading miles per hour, he was reading kilometers per hour. I was like, no, it actually is 6 miles per hour. That is the maximum. It's 14 because you're reading it in kilometers. So I just thought that was kind of a little nerd joke for you, a little nerd opportunity to. Anyway, like, no. I hope they add crop dusting in 22. I know they're not going to, but it'd be cool to actually fly over your fields and dust the crops. It's a big part of southern United States farming. When you go down to the cotton fields in Louisiana, you'll see this, crop dusters going back and forth like little grasshoppers everywhere. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this truck over. It's pretty full. I'm trying not to fill this thing up all the way because it doesn't like it at all. Yeah, it's not doing well. I must have a broken turbocharger. I'm getting very little power. All right, so we are on our way to the brewery, rocking back and forth in our overloaded truck. I don't want to slow down too much because once I slow down, I'll never be able to speed back up again. All right, here we are with a load of hops just for Budweiser. What? Let's put those bad boys in. Alrighty, folks. We have put in some serious hop fin action, and we should be producing. So let's do a real quick check while that thing's lowering and see how we're doing on our beer production. I think we should have enough to make beer fass. Yep. So in the couple hours that we've been here, we've been able to make, let's see, beer barrels. The beer boxes are active. Wait a minute, I'm misunderstanding this. I don't want to buy anything. I guess we're just stop. Wait. Is it making them? Oh. Wait. Are those them? I'm so confused. I think so. I think that those are our first couple. And you can see right now with our hops, we got plenty of hops. 217,000 liters. A little low on the malts though, but I think those are our. They're being made. I think. Let's go back here and look here. Yeah. Ah, I see. Yes, barley. Yep. There we go. Oh no, spawn pallets maximum left button. We spawned one pallet. Where did it spawn? Did we? Did we? Yes, we spawned a pallet. There it is. Okay, so there's our first pallet. Sorry, it's been about a year in real life since I've done this, so there we go. There's our first 100% pallet of NIGH Brewery. Very exciting stuff as we begin production. It tastes good. I would never know. I don't drink beer, and I don't really like beer. I've had it like a couple times in my life. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's just not. It's not my thing. Just drinking in general. No thanks. Anyway, have a great night, guys. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. Oh wait, did I also spawn a box? Oh, boxes. Look at that. That's from the wheat that we had in there. Because there is still some wheat left over. Gerste. Gerste. Weizen. Okay, so we've used up all the Weizen. Right? Yeah. So that's it. We can only make that one pallet. But we'll make more because we have lots more wheat coming over. So the box stuff is what we're making right now. Sorry. Yeah, it's my farm. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, we'll make a lot of that. Oh, helper is full. Taking too long. Beer box. Yeah, active. There we go. Sweet. All right, guys. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. I will get this field done, and I'll meet you. Once we're finished, we're going to get all this beer done. We're going to load it onto that Crone trailer right there, or at least some of it, and we are going to drive it to somewhere in Europe to distribute it. I'm not sure. I have to look who's going to buy our stuff this year, but probably somewhere in Sweden. We'll take it somewhere in the Scandinavian peninsulas. It's usually where it ends up selling, so we'll go that direction, but we'll see. It all depends on who wants it and how much they're willing to pay. So anyway, have a great night, guys. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And we'll see you next time on Claas Farm. Good night, all. Bye.